here with my friend Heidi in Stony Brook DMP program, and we're here to share our experience with the DAN project that was orchestrated and directed by the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. We feel our experience is unique and very valuable, and we want to spread the word by describing the experience we had with the entire mentoring piece of the DAN project, and hoping to inspire those coming behind to explore the option of participating in the project. So my name is Anome Osopo. I'm a second career nurse. I'm an NCIN scholar from Stony Brook School of Nursing. Prior to enrolling in the accelerated program, I had my bachelor's degree and a master's degree in chemistry. My master's was in analytical chemistry. I did work in the food industry as a food analytical chemist. I worked in an analytical lab. I also taught high school chemistry for about a year. I was involved. I was involved in research. I was involved in research, and I worked as a habilitation specialist. Actually, that's what led me into nursing. Specifically with United Cerebral Palsy of Greater Suffolk, and that was like a transformational experience for me. I'm glad I came in contact with these individuals, people with disability, and it changed my entire perspective to life. And it really defined my purpose going forward, what I want to do with the rest of my life. So I'll let Heidi tell us a little bit about herself.
Hi, my name is Heidi Marius. I am also a DAN project member. Prior to getting into nursing, I got a degree in bachelor's. Initially, I knew I wanted to get into the health field, just wasn't sure exactly what specification. And after graduating, I entered the field as a sleep technologist and found that it was very hard to find work, even though sleep is such an interesting field to get into. It's very important, as you all know. So because I knew I wanted to be in health, I wanted more patient interaction instead of just working with them at night, because that's ultimately what sleep techs do. I was invited to apply to the accelerated nursing program, and that's how I got into nursing. And it's one of the best decisions that I've made so far in my life, was getting into nursing. As far as becoming a DAN member, I received a Robert Wood Johnson Foundation scholarship, the NCIN, and that has greatly helped in allowing me to continue my studies as a nurse, one thing that I'm great for. And ultimately, right now, I work at Stony Brook University as a cerebrovascular nurse in the cerebrovascular department, where we specialize in vasculature abnormalities supplying the nervous system. Very, very cool field. Slightly procedural work. Very intense, though, but very exciting. And that's pretty much about me. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go through a couple of questions that's going to give you guys an idea exactly how our experience was and how we benefited from the DAN project, because it is a great benefit to be able to glean from masters in the nursing field in various different areas of nursing. So Anome, I am going to ask you the question. Tell us how you got involved in the DAN project.
Actually, I was at the summit, the New Careers in Nursing Liaison Summit in DC, and the DAN project was announced. Immediately I applied because I knew there was a lot of potential, considering the fact that we had experts in different fields in nursing, or different specialization in nursing, who were excited about the DAN project. As directed by the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. So I applied, and luckily I was selected. So how about you, Heidi?
I received an email. So upon graduating, Robert Wood Johnson sent me an email, and I was like, whew, great, I can get a mentor. One thing I know is that many successful people have people who were able to shape their lives, to guide them, people that they could really access great information from. So, in me knowing that I want to be successful in my nursing career, I knew I had to get trained. I knew I needed guidance from somebody. So I thought this was the perfect opportunity to network, to get information, to gain knowledge, to gain experience with, like I said earlier, masters of the field.
So tell us about, the first experience you had signing up to be a mentee, visiting the website. How was the entire experience for you?
It was actually a really smooth experience. Before you get paired up with your mentor, you have to kind of go through almost like what is it?
Selection process.
Yeah, you talk about the things that you're interested in. Talk about the things that you would like from your mentor. If you have any specifications or anything of the sort. And after going through that, I was paired up with Dr. Denise Tate, and she's wonderful. She was able to help guide me and tell me when ultimately the right time was to get into nursing. I know that they have a couple of initiatives out there where they want nurses to gain a second or a higher degree other than bachelor's within 5 years. And she, immediately told me, she goes, 3 years. She's like, that's enough time. It's
Wow.
It's time for you to go higher. And I was like, all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, she helped me out through there. She coached me on not settling for what was the easiest option for me. And when I think about our relationship, she is definitely going to be a gem for me when I get into the latter portion of my career. I have big dreams, as everyone else should. So she's going to help me shape those things.
Yeah, interestingly, my first experience with the DAN website, a few things stood out to me. Number one, there was information on really deciding which track to pursue, either a PhD
Yes.
or a DNP, and it was so simply or clearly put together, such
Yes.
that it really instigated me to really think seriously on what I needed to do going forward and what I'm best suitable in doing in impacting the profession. Then I was assigned a mentor, outstanding person in nursing, Dr. Karen D'Alonso. She's an associate professor and the associate dean of the PhD program in Rutgers. She is someone with over 25 years experience practice as an advanced nurse practitioner. She's someone who is highly involved in her research actually focuses on acculturation, people who are immigrants, how they are able to adjust in the context of health in this new culture. And she has programs that encourages physical activity so that they can maintain a lifestyle that is healthy. So I had a good experience with Dr. D'Alonso. She was able to point me in directions on how to seek out the right program for me, how to seek out the right school for me, how to seek out the right area of interest to pursue. It was just a valuable guidance I got from her.
And in talking about the PhD DNP selection for the student, the DAN project is a wealth of tools that the students can utilize that will help guide them not only in selecting which one, but also which school to go to. They have information on how much each program costs.
Right.
There's so much information.
And
It's
funding opportunities.
Yes, and that too, especially for the GMAT. Is it GRE or I can't know? What was it? What is it? What's
The
that
GRE.
test? Yeah, the GRE. They're able to fund that as well. So really,
Scholarships.
yeah. So really, if one of you happen to be selected or chosen to be a part of the DAN project, there's really so much information that you can gather from that that's going to benefit you in selecting a school and getting resources that's going to help you get there, in connecting with people. So in all honesty, it's not just the mentoring experience, it's ultimately the tools that the website provided. Administration has really done a great job in putting all of that together.
It's a wealth of resources, just a wealth of resources on funding, on selecting the right school, on communication, on maintaining good relationship with your mentor, on facilitating the mentoring experience. It's just a wealth of resources to really explore, and I want to encourage those who are seriously thinking of pursuing higher degrees to really think of applying to the DAN project.
Yeah, and not only applying to the DAN project, because it's almost like a prerequisite if you're interested, and I think everybody should, because we need higher educated nurses. If you're interested, as you should be, in getting a higher degree and really even further developing the nursing career, that's ultimately the purpose of the DAN project. It's Doctoral Advancement in Nursing. That's what DAN stands for. And if you want to advance nursing, you have to get that higher degree. You have to get that education. So what we would definitely recommend is, in the coming years, we don't know where you guys happen to be in your nursing careers, if you're just starting, if you're just graduating, if you've been there for a year or two, really look into finding a program, finding what fits for you, so you can become of value to the nursing field.
Yeah, like for me, I know something that that has stuck with me based on my mentoring relationship with Dr. D'Alonzo, was the fact that I was interested in really investigating the whole issue or problem of hypertension, specifically among blacks. And I expressed the fact that I was thinking seriously, because there's a disparity in the area of cardiovascular diseases as it relates to the prevalence and the incidence of hypertension. And she said something to me. She said, what you need to do is go to schools or look up a few schools and see if there are experts in that field. People who can really, guide you in really developing that area of your interest. And I did, and she made recommendations of a few schools. NYU, she made UPenn. She said I should check out UPenn. And I was able to look up those schools and look at researchers, and I actually had the opportunity to meet one-on-one with a few of them. I met with Dr. Regal of the University of Pennsylvania, a very exciting researcher in the field of cardiovascular diseases with emphasis on self-care. I met with, just blanked out on her name now, she's specifically researching on hypertension. And I was also privileged to meet with the director of the Future of Nursing Scholars program. So just providing that guidance as to how to locate these people was really one of the things I am grateful for, that I had Dr. D'Alonzo as a mentor.
And just to reiterate, that this program and your mentor will be able to open doors for you that you alone will not be able to do for yourself. So, as you can tell, we have great feedback about the program. It's an awesome program. A lot of people put a lot of hard work into it, and this is definitely something that is very vital to the nurse who is considering another higher degree in nursing. And you know what? We need you.
Yeah, and we want to say a really big thank you to the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. You've impacted our lives significantly. You've changed our outlook to our world. You've given us a sense of, empowerment, that we can really bring about not just a local change in our local communities, but we can embrace national platforms to inspire change and promote a culture of health. And also thank the New Careers in Nursing leadership, Dr. Crow, Dr. Duwedi. Their impact in our lives, I lack words to express how grateful I am to this to the foundation and to the New Careers in Nursing program. And I must also mention the Stony Brook liaison, the New Careers in Nursing liaison, Dr. Laurie Scott.